One of the questions I get most often, especially by people who come to my studio and see all the photos that I have on the walls of my own family, is how do I get started printing my own photos? And what happens for a lot of people is that they have photos from trips and birthdays and other momentous family occasions. They end up on their computer, but nothing happens with them. And then years pass and they think, I really need to get these photos printed. They go onto their computer and are faced with hundreds and thousands of digital files, and they just walk away because it's so overwhelming. So I have a few tips today to get you started in hopes of getting some of the photos that you've taken up on your walls. So my first suggestion is to scout out in your home where you want to put the photos. Is it a bathroom, living room, dining room? Do you want to put them in your kids' rooms? When you have an idea of where you want them to go, it's a lot easier to narrow down the images that you want to print. The second thing that I recommend is, rather than kind of trying to tackle it all at once, is to give yourself small pieces of time in your calendar. So 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, and actually schedule it into your calendar where you sit down and start going through your digital images. I recommend working backwards because I find when you go right back to the beginning, you get overwhelmed at just how many years worth of photos you have to go through. So I would start at the most recent photos and pick one room and just find the photos that you're going to print for that room, so that you're not trying to print them all at once or trying to decorate your entire house or, fill 30 frames all at the same time. Start small so that you can get those pictures up on the wall and then not have that sense of like, oh my goodness, I need to pick 30 photos and where are they going to go? And once you've got that first part of the project out of the way, start working room by room or area by area in your house, as well as working back year by year through your photos. In terms of organizing your pictures, it's really hard to suggest what's going to work best for you in terms of a system, but I definitely suggest picking something that lets you go back easily through your photos. Some people prefer to use months, years, and weeks, so dates, on their photos and file names, whereas other people find it's a lot easier for them to organize them by event, sometimes by the person's name, so that they can go back easily and find, say, a trip that they went on or someone's birthday. Either way, it's important to pick something that is easy for you to stick with, but also is going to let you find the photos that you need to find when you need them. Now, when it comes to displaying your photos, my last suggestion is about what to actually do when it comes to printing them. It's really overwhelming to commit to a canvas, say, or framed prints when you're just getting started with this process. So I would recommend starting out with framing the photos yourself so that you're not sort of frozen by committing to something for the long term and that you can change those photos out. I also have an entire Pinterest board, which I'll share, that is dedicated to different ways to display your photos. One of my favorites is actually using matted prints. And the reason I really like that is that you can slide the photos in and out of the mat quite quickly and just prop them up on side tables. You can have a photo ledge or even on your desk at work. For my kids' rooms, I have magnet strips so that it's really quick and easy for me to switch photos out for them. I've also in the past used a very thin wire or twine with little clips so that it's quick and easy to exchange photos depending on the season or as the kids get older. If you have any other questions about printing or displaying your photos, I am happy to answer them. Just send me an email or drop me a message through Facebook, and I will have lots of tips and suggestions to get you started.